Okay, I've got some bandwidth, so I'm back live. Occupy Honolulu.
We say no way! NDAA, we say no way! Check!
While we have our police officers here, let's all go down to Bishop Street. And arrest the real criminals. Hand in hand.
Good suggestion. I don't think it'll be taken by the authorities. We're at the police raid of Occupy Honolulu. They are seizing property, so must identify each piece of property that was tagged. Let me try and get some perspective. We're at the corner of Ward and Beretania.
Do you ever wonder why it's so hard to live in Hawaii? Do you ever wonder why the cost of living continues to rise while your wages stay the same? Do you ever stop to think that your management is screwing you over and making it harder and harder for you to raise your families?
We were told everything with expressive content would be exempt, but this appears not to be the case.
Do you want to raise families in Honolulu? You want to be able to afford it?
Yeah, I finally got live.
How many people are there?
So far none. I just tweeted out. I've been on for about 1 minute.
Okay, cool.
They're being fairly orderly, but this is not a homeless encampment. There's a lot of self-documentation, much cameras and video. This woman in the center has photographs where things that were tagged earlier, 24 hours ago, were photographed.
Criminals right here. What's up?
Let me pan. A lot of police. The police in back of this frame.
Mic check!
Mic check! We would like to thank you for participating in our media campaign. Woo!
Thank you! Aloha! Mahalo!
Loving you.
There's not that many of us here, but I feel like we're the rider guys.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check!
The media is nice, but
overall,
this bill is bad.
Especially for the homeless.
Most of us have jobs. And can afford some kind of housing. But the homeless or the houseless cannot. Now they're forced to facilities that are underfunded, frequently unsafe, and do not account for the various needs
of the various types of houseless people.
Good point.
There are houseless people
with serious
serious drug addiction,
mental illnesses
that are not being treated,
and are forced into the same facilities as people who have just lost their jobs because of the hard times. It's like 9% of the people in America. And now they are the victims of other people in even more desperate situations. Is this a solution? Is there problems? Are there human rights being cared about?
Direct response.
24%
Of Americans
are in or near
poverty.
poverty.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is not what democracy looks like.
Thank you.
Mic check. In a real democracy, we would
They're
not
moving
be
out.
seeing
I'm gonna go.
be seeing
the
Catch
kind
up.
of police repression
the kind of police repression
we're
seeing around this country.
Look at Oakland.
Look at Oakland.
It looks like a war zone.
It looks like a war zone.
We're gonna bring a
Because we wanted to create
A community center.
a community center.
the heavy equipment in background. Bringing a loader in now. I'm at Occupy Honolulu.
I love you all.
The raid on seizure of attended property by state and city workers, police, both uniformed and in aloha shirts. This is that's a good question. Where's the aloha?
You do not have to do this! Workers! You do not have to load cardboard!
They are Read the land by any means necessary to read that sign. This is live from the seizure property at Occupy Honolulu. The Occupy itself will continue here, but this is a test of a new city ordinance that criminalizes homelessness and helps suppress
What's
free
going on over
speech.
here?
Earlier this morning,
The
mayor's office assured us that there would be attorneys from the city that we could direct legal questions to. That happens not to be the case. This crew earlier went over to Ala Park, a homeless encampment.
Help! We're being repressed!
Hooray. In the background is the historic Thomas Square. now the scene of some trucks and whatnot. I'm going to head out to the corner here. This corner along Beretania is the main encampment with tents. You will notice that all the tents have expressive content on them.
Would you tell those guys it's still the roadway, we can't go on the roadway. Thank you. 5 feet, ma'am. 5 feet. 5 feet, ma'am. Thank you. 5 feet. Okay, 5 feet is going to mean off the sidewalk on the grass, please. Move back, sir.
5 feet
5 feet from me,
what?
sir. Okay, move
I
back.
have to stay 5 feet from you.
This is where the operation is, sir. Just move back, please. Thank you.
Okay. That was a police officer, you can see, in an aloha shirt. Public affairs officer. I'm trying to stay 5 feet away from him. He's got weaponry under the aloha shirt. Here's Occupy supporter Mike Tato, and came here on his electric wheelchair. These trash cans that are put seized property into. Center screen is Laulani, who's acting as someone that they need to ask. They must identify the property.
Somebody's got to get a good shot of that air. Mike, check. We are not camping. We are not camping. We are not storing our property. We are exercising our First Amendment rights. We are exercising our First Amendment rights to petition the government. For a redress of grievances. The First Amendment. Should be our permit. But clearly is not. Help! We're being repressed. We're being repressed.
Got a message of solidarity from George Keoki Medeiros from Occupy Wall Street, Maui. Mahalo, George.
The law established by King Kamehameha.
Adopted by the Hawaiian Supreme Court. Kanawai Malamahoi. The law of the splintered battle. That says anyone should not be harassed while sleeping upon the roadside. This is exactly what Bill 54 does.
Exactly.
To many homeless people. Or houseless people, that is.
Here's a sign really that kind of describes it.
What did you? Be angry too. If people and uniforms kept making your beautiful friends cry.
The police would look on their package where it says Honolulu Police. You will see the splintered paddle on their package, which is what they are supposed to be enforcing. The law of the splintered paddle.
That's right.
Which is on their patch right here.
That's right.
How does getting help from you work? We all scream at the same time, help, and you don't blink an eye. What's going on, guys? What else do we have to do?
They're breaking their own laws they were sent to enforce upon helpless people and citizens.
Mic check.
By the way, anybody
Use the mic check.
can use a mic check.
If you have something to say,
Any one of you,
then tell mic check.
just tell mic check.
You will amplify your voice.
Loudly.
Mic check.
Mic
has expressive content, they better leave it. We'll see.
Did we just find our loophole?
Does anybody want to take your bike? Because if you don't take your bike, we're going to cut the lock and take the bike.
Can't hear you.
This is your bike. Please take your bike. Otherwise, we're going to cut the lock and take the bike.
He's asking about my bicycle. What's the problem with my bicycle?
We need to notice your shoes. Here, is that yours?
This is my bike.
It's his bike. It's fine.
We're live, Occupy Honolulu. It's a raid under Ordinance 11-29, seizure of attended property. You can suppress dissent that happens outside of business hours by confiscating, by seizing the property. New law.
Protecting the people.
Wow. I know it's a nice bike, but come on.
Is that bike tagged on you?
I don't know. I wasn't here last night.
Is there a picture of that bike?
It has expressive content.
Speech on it would not be removed or touched.
Here's the suppression of free speech in front of our eyes. Sorry for the shaky image. I'm live and I'm trying to follow around. I'm on foot. The mayor's office earlier assured us that anything with expressive content was exempt from seizure, and also assured us there would be attorneys here to assure the legalities were followed, and that appears not to be the case.
Doing good. She's almost 8 now. Yeah. I haven't been able to spend enough time with her.
You got it.
I know, hard when you guys doing this time. Today was going to be my family time. Now look.
I should point out this is a 2:20 around p.m. on a work day. A lot of Occupy Honolulu is at work or at school. This is not a homeless encampment. People spend some time here, take turns, putting duty in for the First Amendment free speech rights. Let me get a shot of this. We have a vocal supporter. I'm going to go and interview her. I'm going to back off so that we can get some perspective on where we are. We're at the corner of Ward and Veritania. Occupy Honolulu, where there is a raid occurring. A test of new revised Ordinance of Honolulu 11-29, allowing the seizure of attended property. It's been tested recently before, at least implemented against the houseless who are not organized.
crimes going on in Honolulu. Putting a stupid tent up here is like the least of the worries.
And then they take up 2 lanes, which isn't good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are you Ann Rice?
I am.
I shake your hand.
Nice to see you.
Nice.
What's your name?
My name's Doug Matsuoka, H Doug on Twitter, and I want to thank you for coming out and supporting us.
Thank you. Well, it's an honor to be here with everybody that's been so hard working for the Occupy movement. It's the 20th Occupied movement I've been to.
Wow.
And I live here in Honolulu, but I just haven't been back since all the Occupy started.
Right.
So to get here on the day that they're tearing this down.
I think this is the 89th day, but I know people are determined to stay. There are tents that were taken away that can be brought back.
Absolutely. And all of the occupies that have at least physically been taken down, it's the spirit that's there, that the occupied movement is not being taken down at all. In fact, this sort of stuff just makes people more resolute that they'll continue the struggle for stopping corporate greed, for stopping criminal acts committed by our government, for assassin drones, for the National Defense Authorization Act to have the military come after you and me as American citizens here in the United States. So this isn't stopping at all. Just because they take a few tents away and a few posters, I mean, we put these things back up anytime we want to.
That's right. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're foreclosing on tents. I guess we could put it that way. These tents have expressive content written on them. The tents themselves are an expression. Here's some police.
Obstructing the sidewalk.
I'd like to say mahalo to Notices on getting off the internet. Hi Kyle, hi George, Kerry, Bianca. That was a interview with Ann Wright, correct? Who said she's been at 20 occupies, and stuff like this only makes things stronger. That is, I want to make sure we show Bo the Aki dog.
Hey, Bo.
Bo is like live. You're live. You're live on the internet. You can't scare a good dog. That's for sure. So we're trying to be attempted at Honolulu as a free speech zone. You can see the tents right next to the roadside in compliance with the Kanawai Mamalahoi law of the splintered paddle that assures that people lying by the roadside are not disturbed. The city has decided that you can lie by the roadside undisturbed, but not in a tent or with any kind of other property to live with. This is being used against the houseless, the homeless, and now against the political dissent. This was and will continue to be a public forum. They're taking some stuff away. Stuff's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that this is going to stop people. Thank you, Francis. I'm getting aloha and solidarity from Occupy Wall Street Maui. Occupy Disability, you have some members here. American Pat, thanks for the solidarity. It's hard to see here, but there is a person in charge that has photographs that were taken earlier in the day, 24 hours ago, yesterday, that allows them to seize property. Earlier this morning, we went to the mayor's office. They assured us anything with expressive content is protected under the First Amendment guarantees of free speech, but maybe that was taught.
This is a peace
Thank you, American Pat, for tweeting out some information. George Madero says shame on Hawaii's public officials. Well, are they working for the people or for something else? Well, we're looking at our crews seizing property, in this case some tents, under a new statute, under a new law, revised Ordinances of Honolulu 11-29 that allows the seizure of attended property.
Isn't it strange? That all of our stuff is being stored in trash bags and garbage containers. Is our stuff garbage? Just because we are here in public? Does it make it any different than yours? Stop.
Thank you, Brady. The people are watching. Here's where the stuff's being put. We're live on the internet.
Me.
He just loves it.
We're getting a lot of support from all over.
Oh, yeah?
From San Francisco, Maui, Occupy Wall Street.
We love you all.
Thanks for retweeting. We're at sorry for the there's a dancing tent. There was a dancing tent. That was pretty cool. I wonder if you saw that. That was really excellent. It was a dancing tent with expressive content on it. It's a dancing tent. That is just. I think that's the first sighting of the dancing tent in Hawaii, maybe even. In the background you can see Thomas Square, named after Admiral Thomas. And it's a dancing tent free speech zone. Really quite nice. Really quite nice. Really amazing. American Pat used to live on Queen Street, which is just around the corner. I'm going to get back to the action. This is indeed a free speech zone. It's 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon here in Honolulu. We are at Thomas Square Park, which is actually half a block from the police station, a few blocks from City Hall, and even less than that to the state capitol. There's another tent with some expressive content. I wish it was about 3 feet taller. I can do it this way.
125.
Okay, I'm kind of aiming it over my head here. It's had a sign on this door.
Bring them up.
I don't know if you can see that I'm aiming at the line thing. The tent has expressive content on it. This is Honolulu Police uniformed and public affairs in the aloha shirts that kind of blend in They wear the aloha shirts out like all us local guys, but that's because they get weapons and vests underneath. Huh? Corporations do not equal people. That's opinion that many people share. It's ironic that corporations are people and people aren't worth anything. You can see in the background backhoe, heavy equipment being used. I'm going to keep walking around and get a good, people can keep a...
This is the most important thing you've done in the last 5 years. Raise your hands. By unanimous acclamation, this is not an important thing.
We got something going on here. I'm coming up here. I think it's something happening with the dancing tent, free speech zone.
Move that. Cameras, move that.
I don't have clothes on under here.
Move that, please. Give the officer some
Dancing tent, free speech zone is under attack.
Shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame!
Stand up.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Stand up.
Shame! Shame!
We have a right. We have a right to monitor.
Shame! 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 Shame!
The free speech zone is being arrested. He's arrested.
I wasn't told I was being arrested.
Have you been told you're right?
I have not. I don't do that anymore.
You've not been registered. You've not been told. Why have you been arrested?
Free speech zone is being
Shame! 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 Shame!
Let me ask if somebody can make a video capture in case it's not captured on the other side or it's deleted using my device, which has happened in other Occupies. So if somebody can do a video capture, that would be great.
Breaks are not allowed. It's the kind of world you all want to live in.
Yes, the free speech tent, the dancing tent was arrested.
People ask me why I occupy. Why I occupy. I occupy. I occupy. Because cops. He's taking my friend. He's taking my friend.
You're not fashion police.
Which means we need bail funds. If you go to occupyhonolulu.org, there's a link to donate. Luckily, we already have a free Lucas sign. There's the free Lucas sign. It was created in mere seconds. Thank you. Francis, you're right about the ACLU. It might be worth. Here's expressive content being. This is what free speech looks like. Soon to be trash. Your free speech is trash. Look at this tent, not dancing. Not sure why the dancing free speech tent was arrested. But we'll need bail. You go occupyhonolulu.org, there's a link you can contribute to.
Thank you.
Here are the police. We've got sorry.
Can we just strip one of you guys dressed back and let me know?
I've got to follow this. Here's free speech being put into the garbage, literally. This is where free speech ends up. There goes an officer with free speech in the bag. That's the free speech bag going into the officer's car.
They got money to store the people's property, but they don't got money to house the people and take care of the people.
Yeah.
They got room for their belongings, but not for a human being.
We're not for the people.
You okay?
Press here.
Here?
Not doing anything. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to live in a world like this where
That's the guy who called us a jerk.
We're
all jerks to that guy.
I'm getting a lot of suggestions from people. I thank everyone. Please keep it up. If you just tuned in, this is Occupy Honolulu on the corner of Ward and Beretania. This is a raid by state city workers and police. A test of a new ordinance that allows the seizure of attended property that's been used against houseless people. This is the first use of it for the suppression of free speech and dissent. If I cut out because of poor bandwidth, I'm going to try and get back on. If I can't get back on, I'm going to record and upload later. This woman in the center has photographs of property. This tent was expressive content, and it was done specifically in compliance with the law. And we were assured that anything with expressive content could stay. Thank you everyone for sending messages of solidarity. We're looking at tent that on one side had corporations are not people, which is interesting because people don't seem to be worth much. It's a little bit spread out, so I'm going to have to pan every now and then. Occupy Honolulu is in the shadow of the first insurance building, which is that faceless corporate building in the back.
Good job, guys. Woo!
Thanks, Global Rev. There's some trucks you can see in the back, along with the backhoe. Lift heavy stuff. So everything that even had expressive content has been taken away. So it's definitely a suppression of free speech kind of situation. Again, if you're just tuning in, we had an arrest. The dancing tent, the dancing free speech tent, also known as Lucas, was arrested. The police station is half a block away. If you want to contribute, please go to occupyhonolulu.org. There's a link you can contribute. There goes free speech. That's free speech going into the garbage, literally. This said, corporations are not people. Having some problems. Now they're supposed to store them for people. I don't know what you do if a tent has to be destroyed to be stored, but it's a new ordinance. Those are the photographs. This is where the tents were. Maybe I can give some kind of. You can tell. Let me zoom in on one of the tags. Everything was tagged.
I don't know.
That gives the.
I'd like to take the No, that's right. That is a portion of it. Okay, we're going to have to take the signs down because it's not supposed to be tied to the trees like that. So you guys can have your signs, but they're not supposed to be tied to the trees. Okay. So we're going to have the signs down and give them back the signs, but you can't have the signs.
You see, this lady has the book of photographs and list of objects to be
Then
seized.
when we get this, we're going to take down my sign.
Let me back away from the collection action so you can see a little bit of the signs here.
That didn't get 24-hour notice. I have documentation of that.
Everything's supposed to get 24-hour notice, and it's obviously, there are a lot of rules that are made and but not really followed. They make rules up as they go along. You can see this art installation. Really, I'm walking through it. I probably shouldn't be. And while I got a lot of people on the live stream, let me show the Occupy sign. You can see it has a cross through on it. We have it's called Occupy Honolulu, sometimes de-occupy Honolulu, in unity and solidarity with the indigenous people, the native Hawaiians, the Kanaka Maoli, who believe that Hawaii is already under an illegal military occupation. So whenever the word occupy is shown, it's with a cross out, although it is in solidarity with Occupy Wall Street and the Occupy movement. Let me show you, let me back away a little bit from the action to show you behind the scenes. There's this huge truck that holds the trash bin. There were some other trucks here, and they're all over on the other side. They apparently will leave the art installation because it wasn't here 24 hours ago. We're also making a call out for tents and whatnot. which will be rotated on a 23-hour basis. Maybe I can get some commentary now from people now that the police seem to have taken everything that can be taken. There are little groups responding to the media, but this is the real media, you know what I'm saying? I want to thank everybody for following and retweeting and stuff.
It just kind of makes this look bad. I know. It has a right time and place, but... Jamie, we'll do it later.
About property, not about people. We understand that a number of people here do want to assert their First Amendment rights. We're very happy that they want to do that. Unfortunately, there's a property that is yours. We have to do our job as well, and that's why we're here.
They were saying the tent that had the signs tied to it specifically, that was the whole thing as part of their sign and their demonstration, and that the signs are tied to the tent, and the tent itself was spray painted as part of the sign, but cut some of that, which kind of upset some of them.
Yes, we left the signs. We are leaving all the signs with them, but the other property like tents, sleeping bags, pillows, and things like that, we are storing. And they're more than willing to, there's a phone number for them to call to come and to get their property if they'd like. We'd really like it if they could get it. It's all complaint driven. This is complaint driven. For this area, we have over 30 complaints for this area, and that's why we have come to this area.
And keep in mind that the complaints that the city received, there were more complaints at the previous location, as some of you know, okay? So that's why the city went to Old Stadium Park, Mo'ili Field, and also
Check.
Park.
Mike, check.
Then followed up.
Lost state. Police state.
I'm backing off a little from the news interview because you can see that on the news. This is for to answer some questions. We're at the Occupy Honolulu, where the police are still here. City and state crews have tried to shut the encampment down by using a new ordinance that allows the seizure of attended property. Trying to avoid a police state in this state. Thanks for the messages of solidarity. We can see the paddle, if you're wondering. That's a symbol of the law of the splintered paddle, the Kanawai Mamalahoi, which was proclaimed by King Kamehameha and incorporated into the state constitution that allows people to lie undisturbed by the roadside. It's been under attack, and probably never so much as today. Okay, now this is about over. There's a call for replacement tents, which will be rotated on a 23-hour basis, so not subject to seizure. Here's we saw freedom of speech go into the trash. Now we see Aloha taken down.
Where is the Aloha? Where is the Aloha? Brothers and sisters. Tell me where it is.
Tell me where it is.
Because I don't know.
Because I don't know.
Thank you, Brady, for the information. The police officers actually have on their insignia a splintered paddle. It is the first and primary law of the state of Hawaii that ends disobey and die. Heva no make. Disobey this law and die.
Are we going to notice things that are stuff like that?
They seem to have taken everything that they could. They're looking now at the signs, which exist for as expressive content. I'm going to back over on this side so we can see them coming. In the background, you can see historic Thomas Square, named after Admiral Thomas. They seem to be allowing the signs to stay. Of course, they haven't been here 24 hours. Signs get a lot of use. This is an interesting sign up here at Occupy. It says, "This is an info board. It was designed, constructed, and installed here for the purpose of sharing information. Let it be known, this is public property within public property brought to the public by some concerned citizens." It's now 3 in the afternoon.
Do you see them? Dismantling public art for the people!
Okay, this is an art installation. And obviously,
I do not see a tag on that!
these are not tags. It also has expressive content.
Where is the tag?
Where's the tag? Where's the photo?
Where's the photo? Where's the tag?
Where's the tag for this?
Show me that you have a right to take this from the people!
I thought First Amendment expression was not to be touched.
Do not touch the public artwork!
This has expressive content.
Do not take away our dream catcher! Why are you dismantling public art?
In fact, we can see these.
I wish you would show me what democracy looks like.
These aloha shirts are actually police officers, public affairs officers. They left the main installation. They took the dream catcher. So that is another irony. They arrested the free speech zone, dancing free speech zones. They trashed the corporations are not people tent. They took down the aloha sign.
What happened to the other chair?
You know, I may not have been monitoring things that closely. Or oh, here's the chair. They took the other one. They wouldn't let me get close to the other chair. Now this chair has photographs on it showing that it has been off public property and onto private property within the last 24 hours, which would seem that to make it exempt from the continuous 24-hour.
Yes.
They're leaving it. They're leaving it. Yeah. Okay. We're also looking for carts, large things on wheels we can put stuff on and take off public property at least once every 24 hours, within the 24 hours, to fall outside the continuous 24-hour requirement of the ordinance. And this would be in strict compliance with the law, not because we think the law is good, but because we think occupation is good and we'd like to continue it. They're storing possessions in trash bins, and that's another symbolic irony which is unavoidable. Thanks for the restreams. Sorry for the bad image quality. Probably the bandwidth here is pretty awful. I'm following this woman because she has the book of photographs that is serving as the authority for what to seize. This table was once the information desk that would had the Occupy Honolulu, de-Occupy Honolulu banner on it. It had, if you look at some of the photographs and video, full of books and information.
Yeah, I just brought it in.
They're saying they were going to remove it.
Now, what had happened was this looks like a sidewalk over to where the park appears to start. What they did not too long ago, actually on the 28th or 29th of December, would draw these, I don't know if you can see these blots on the sidewalk, claiming that, well, they changed the boundary of what is sidewalk and what is park. They had then at that time claimed that these blots were, on the inside of that was park, which gave them a different set of laws in order to confiscate material. And that's when the original main encampment moved to the sidewalk area near the roadside, and the original encampment came down, was torn down in the middle of the night. There's a live stream on one of my channels of that. You can see the woman in the back is going through her book of photographs to determine what can be seized. I think they've seized everything that actually can be seized, but when I speak of Occupy Honolulu, I sometimes use the we word, we. You know, it's not an organization you can join, it's really a movement, and that means that I have solidarity with the views of Occupy Honolulu, which is also in solidarity with Occupy Wall Street and the other Occupy movements worldwide. Let's see if we can see that book of photographs.
Okay, so I think we're going to come back. Okay, then just figure out
These are photographs of things that they have tagged for seizure, which are being put in these I don't know if you can read that, property of the City and County of Honolulu. There's a decorated ahu here. Let's see if they're going to touch this ahu. It says end corporate personhood. don't know if you can read that given the bandwidth here. But more importantly, as people drive upward, this statement also was adopted by the General Assembly very early on and is on the deoccupyhonolulu.org website. Reads, from the occupied Aina, meaning land, of Hawaii in solidarity with the peoples of occupied lands everywhere and Occupy Wall Street. And that's what this is about. And although they took a bunch of stuff, it'll still remain. They're attaching a 24-hour tag on it. This is
5 feet, yes sir? 5 feet.
This is attaching of the what are called Bill 54 tags. That means that this is subject to seizure in 24 hours. This is a bad guy photographer. He's like on the wrong side of things. And my name is Doug, and I'm one of the good guy media guys, obviously.
How many viewers do you have?
95 people right now. Wow. It's been up there around 100. A lot of retweets, a lot of expressions of solidarity.
They're doing more removal. Sam, they're removal notices. Right now, yeah.
The ones pushing people away are police officers. You can see in aloha shirts and armbands.
Are you going to tag all of these signs? Are you going to tag everything here? Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to take away art from the public?
Yes.
Are you going to impede our right to free speech? How do you sleep with yourself at night? You are destroying the Constitution of the United States of America. You're destroying the Hawaii State Constitution.
They sleep with the 1%.
Do they have nice pillows and blankets?
Yes.
I hope they do.
There's a tag being put on the
It'll come to them.
installation, subjecting this
Do you know how
to
hard people
seizure,
are
even if it
Are you
has
just going to dismantle
expressive
it and destroy
content.
it again tomorrow? Is that how we're going to play this game?
They even stored something that wasn't given 24-hour notice.
They don't know aloha, Sam.
I need majority. It looks like they want to dance, right? It looks like they want to dance. I can dance.
They've taken everything that they could get away with, so they appear now to be tagging things so that they can be. I think they should tag the bag of chips. Equal. They
City employees
5 feet back.
moving public
yeah,
art.
but you keep moving on.
Yeah, because they...
Why don't you just stay 5 feet away from me?
5 feet back. 5 feet
Okay.
radius, okay?
Will someone please explain to me why you are tagging public art?
They are tagging a white chair and a bag of chips.
But we're not in the way. We're not necessary. This is the chair. Oh, and the girl. The chair in the front. The man and the chair. Yeah.
How are they going to know which white chair?
Clean up the area. Could they not please keep it so that they can help Malamaina?
Taking a broom?
Huh? Security. That, and then their sign. This one. So that's what that is. So Charles.
That's not for...
The chair.
They're now tagging what they can for seizure in 24 hours.
Mic check! Mic check! Having city workers tear down encampments across this nation is the perfect example of divide and conquer. Mic check! Mic check! This is a tactic that the 1% uses to keep us weak. Rise up! Be strong! Question authority!
I have to show you guys the tagged chair with the chips. That's really absurd. I shouldn't laugh. Now going to the curbside where the only thing remaining is this chair.
Is that somebody's bike that's here right now? I think it's that one guy, yeah? His bike, he's here right now, yeah? Okay. As long as he's here right now, he's not worried if he's here right now. He is, yes, it is with you, yeah? Okay.
Thank you. They're maintaining a 5-foot radius. They keep moving so I can't shoot stuff.
Did you take my bike to school? No. Good. Your friend is good. With the black shirt on? I'll hold that for you. Oh! I want my chair back. Can I take it? Can you take it?
Well, they're tagging it, so it's not subject to seizure.
24 hours.
Now that they're almost finished, I'm gonna try and get some words from interviews from people. See? Sign. If I can get behind this policeman. Well, I can't. But you'll have to trust me. The sign says free speech zone. So today we've seen literally free speech trashed. And there was a question during the hearings for this ordinance about the added cost it might incur, and the city proponents said it would not cost any extra money because they would use regular city and state workers and the police wouldn't be used. Well, that seems to be inaccurate. Someone has just tweeted Mayor Carlisle's phone number.
Free speech zone!
I thought the whole United States was a free speech zone.
Well, clearly not!
We've seen that across the nation. Washington, D.C., Portland, Boston,
Oakland!
San Francisco,
LA!
Berkeley, Texas,
Toronto!
New York. This is happening around the country.
Tweeted out is Mayor Carlisle's phone number. We tried seeing him this morning. He was not in his office. We talked to other people. And the head attorney saying anything expressive of anything with it. I'm going to hold it here.
My space is being invaded by bullies. For some things that can be done right.
I want to show that sign. There's a sign, Free Lucas, also known as the Dancing Tent. If you saw that dancing tent, go to deoccupyhonolulu.org and help bail him out, right?
Right. But I don't think I can.
We're getting
I can't lie to
solidarity
kids.
from
I
Toledo.
can't lie to kids
And
when
they're marking it. They're not supposed
they
to
want to know if things will get better. And I see that things are not getting better. They are getting worse. I want things to get better. It's supposed to get better.
Don't people have blankets and tarps all the time?
There's blankets that were being used. I think they're going to tag them so that they can't be here continuously for 24 hours. Somebody should. Sorry for the shaky camera work. I'm on kind of uneven soil here and trying to maneuver. If you just tuned in, this is from Occupy Honolulu. This is near the end of an operation done by the Honolulu Police Department, city and state workers to suppress the Occupy Honolulu encampment by seizing property under a new ordinance. I'm going to go get that mic check.
No, last thing before we go. I know that you're taking some of these items.
Yeah.
New signs coming up already.
Not mine. My stuff is right. The bill says that we're going to have congregations within the arm that can be carried away.
Okay, so I know you're going to take the placard.
Yeah, this is mine, that's mine. I'm going to take all of this stuff here.
That's stuff for people that are here.
Everyone, come grab your stuff before they tag it.
Yes.
Any remaining stuff is going to be tagged, which makes it subject to seizure after 24 hours.
Okay, you're welcome.
We're sorry for all the negative energy being spread by
Hey, the boss lady has said they're done. So I'm going to try and get some words with the people here, interview style.
Okay, thanks. Okay, take care. Aloha. Okay, take care. Yeah. Hopefully not too soon. Not that I don't like to
So,
see you. You're like,
there they go.
Yeah, I thought it was we're like the kind, we're remember the coyote and what you call it?
Yeah, I don't actually mind being photographed. You know, one thing with doing these things, no one ever knows what you look like. So I was just saying it's good the police took my picture. And you anything to say to our about 100 viewers across the U.S. and in Europe?
Well, I think this is a good example of U.S. occupation, and basically it's abuse of its own people as well as of the people of this land. I'm really sad to see Kanawai Mamalahoe, the law of the splintered paddle, disrespected. I'm very sad to see human rights disrespected. I'm very sad to see my brother, who's very dear, arrested just for expressing himself. And yet at the same time I have a lot of hope, because I think that overall the folks from this place did an awesome job of addressing this illegitimate authority, or quote unquote authority, with a lot of aloha and strength and pono, and I'm very proud of them.
Thank you. What's going to happen now? I guess that's a common question.
a question. Actually, right now I want to walk over there
Okay,
and kind of
go ahead.
check out.
Go ahead.
They haven't left the area.
They haven't left the area yet. They said goodbye, but so I'm going to catch up to them, them meaning the police, and then try and get back, maybe to interview people. I want to thank everyone who's joined us. I know some people are dropping out because the raid has been concluded. So if anyone has, I hope there has been some video captures of this because I'm not sure if that actually happens.
So you guys are welcome to come and talk to us. Yeah, we're still Ohana here.
If I could ask you a brief question on the topic of the stored items.
The notice?
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite find where the policy is. You said it delineated like...
Asking questions about the property. It's actually supposed to be stored. We have uniformed police discussing things. And the aloha-shirted public affairs officers heading off. Thanks, people. I'm going to sign off for now. In fact, let me go back and we'll see what remains of the encampment. I know it's going to come back up, but we'll see what the deal is, and I can describe kind of what's going on. The encampment was forced to the very side where I'm walking now, to comply with the law of the splintered paddle, which allows people to lie undisturbed by the side of the road. People were being arrested for being in here, which they claim is park, even though that looks like park to me. So this area had been changed to the encampment area, and that's of course gone now. We have some expressive content. Doesn't necessarily need words. I think that makes a point. And there is a sign on the other side that quotes Martin Luther King. This is where the encampment started. At one time, this area, which we thought of as being on the sidewalk, was the main encampment, meeting hall, cooking area, meeting area. That was torn down December 30th. Chalk art, peace, love, and understanding. Maybe the simplest kind of message is the most difficult to understand. Fascism is not democracy. Quite right. And I'm going to back up to the extent over on Ward Avenue, where this has been tagged, and corporate personhood. This has been tagged with, that's what we call a Bill 54 tag, even though it's Ordinance 11-29 now. It says that these 8 cement blocks are subject to seizure. And this sign that says end corporate personhood also has a Bill 54 tag on it. Which is on the other side of this, that asks, where is my voice? Money is not free speech. And I'm going to end here on this sign, because this tells where this is coming from. This is coming from Occupy Honolulu, or De-Occupy Honolulu, from the occupied Aina land of Hawaii, in solidarity with the peoples of occupied lands everywhere and Occupy Wall Street. I'm signing out. Thanks for joining us. Anything else happens, I'm HDoug on Twitter, and I'm going to tweet out whenever I can live stream. I had a lot of problems bandwidth-wise today. I apologize. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for all the messages of solidarity. Appreciate it. Good night.